Up next on The Bottom Line, we take you to one county neighborhood that helped shape Black history in Montgomery County.
That's Henson Davis. He's the man that owned the property.
Artomatic makes its debut in Montgomery County.
Artomatic is a really cool experience for local emerging artists.
And another state championship for the Damascus Swarmin' Hornets. Thanks for watching, everyone. I'm Susan Kennedy. February is Black History Month, and here in Montgomery County, there are more than 40 African American communities. They are tucked in among residential neighborhoods, and these historically Black settlements trace back to the county's earliest days. One of those communities is Toby Town, which still today struggles with poverty and isolation. What might not be so apparent when you travel Potomac's River Road is the rich Black history that's a part of Montgomery County. Tucked away at the intersection of River and Pennyfield Lock Road is the community of Toby Town. Settled in 1875 by freed slaves, Toby Town is named after Tobias Martin. At that time, most residents of Toby Town worked on local farms.
Because it was a long, long time ago.
Phyllis Shaw has spent most of her life in Toby Town. She says the original land for Toby Town was given to a group of her relatives who worked on a plantation.
And the owner left so much land. From what I gather, it was like 93 acres of land. And they left it to them, and they, and piece by piece, they lost it for silly reasons that I say they were silly, but back in the day, I guess it wasn't silly. Because people didn't have the money, so they have to give up the land.
But she has fond memories of growing up in Toby Town. She and the other children who lived there would spend time at the river or playing on the farm of the renowned Washington columnist Drew Pearson, which was across the street.
They had corn, apple trees, all kinds of stuff that they plant. The river was down there, and people could go fishing and boating and all kinds of stuff.
When Shaw was a young girl, Toby Town residents lived in small, crowded shacks. The community shared one toilet and one well, and wood-burning stoves were the only source of heat. In 1972, the Housing Opportunities Commission bought the land and replaced the original 15 homes with today's 26 homes that stand on the property still today. Those houses signified hope that the hard times for Toby Town would be in the past. So there's a lot of history here.
There's a whole lot of history here that haven't been told, that people don't know about, like the old Toby Town, the way we came up. And I mean, it's strange because now that from there to here, it's a big difference. I mean, like I say, it's better because we don't have to go outside to use the bathroom no more. We got toilets now.
And after decades of fighting for public transportation, the County Council recently approved funding for ride-on bus service for Toby Town residents.
This was a lot of dollars to provide this service, but the bottom line is some things don't pencil out, but that doesn't mean that they're not the right thing to do.
I love the bus. I feel like we're connected to the world almost now. Like, we're not isolated anymore, because at first it feels isolated. Once you're here, it's like you're here. The only way out was the school bus, but now there's a ride-on bus. It's really nice.
Going to the grave site that's been here for over 100 years.
And a graveyard where many of the community's ancestors are buried is unkept.
All this was a grave area right here. This whole part. They used to have graves. Where these houses is, there used to be graves sitting there, but HOC came in and dug up all the graves and put the houses there. Matter of fact, you walking on graves now. They just don't have no stones. The fence, you got one over here, and you got one right there. I mean, you got them all over here.
But Phyllis Shaw says there are changes that have happened over the years that are cause for celebration.
A lot of the kids finished school and went to college. That's a good thing. And now a lot of them have better jobs. They don't live here anymore.
Being able to provide opportunities for the next generation is the most important thing to residents like Wilson and Shaw, and also to hold on to this slice of history that played a significant role in shaping Montgomery County.
I hope that Toby Town could remain, but you know what? I know that it's not And then I'm looking at the younger people. They don't know the history of the place. After we gone out of here, that's it. But you know what? I had to get to a place where I say, it's up to you, God. It's up to God.
Artomatic is a nonprofit organization that hosts a very large arts festival every 12 to 18 months in the metropolitan area. The event is open to artists on a first-come, first-served basis, and it showcases creative work in visual art, music, film, performance, and fashion. Recently, Artomatic made an appearance right here in Montgomery County. Late last year, local artists gathered to present their work side by side for Artomatic. This open entry event with no juries or curators was held for 5 weeks at Park Potomac in Potomac, Maryland. It's a chance for artists from all walks of life to work together and build connections. Studio manager Nadine Wright was one of the many volunteers who helped organize the event. She says it's a chance for county artists to showcase their talents in the visual arts.
Artomatic is a really cool experience for local emerging artists, some of them already are professional artists, to showcase their artwork in a public setting. It is set up anywhere between 4 to 6 weeks in local buildings in the DC metro area that are either being ready to be torn down or just built. This happens to be a brand new building, so this building was just built.
It's amazing to see artists in their element, showing their work, engaging with others, invigorating the economy. Creativity is very important to who we are as a culture.
The wide range of art was not the only form of diversity at Artomatic. The artists come from a wide variety of backgrounds, ranging from local art teachers showcasing their own talents to new artists who are just developing their talent and are juggling their passion with their profession.
You make art for yourself, but then for the viewer. So it's nice to get that, to see that look on their face when they, that smile they have when they look at your art, or they have like a curious look and they're trying to understand what you're trying to say with your art.
Photographer Walter Gross explains how he feels when his work gets noticed by passerbys.
My dream is I might actually sell something, but I don't expect to ever sell something. It just gives me a chance to show my work. One of the big functions of Artomatic is just trying to build a community and meeting other people who are other artists. What's nice about this building is it's a big open space. Sometimes we've had it in a building that's being renovated and it's broken up into little offices. And so if people come into your office to see, your room to see your stuff, it's good, but if not, a lot of times they go by because this is just a big open area. They're getting ready to fill these top 2 floors.
I think people sometimes are still a little afraid of artwork, like what do they do with it, where do they put it, and people are very restricted with their knowledge, but I feel the area is warming up to some of the art experiences that are around here.
The Damascus High School football team clinched its 28th consecutive win when they won their second straight Maryland 3A football championship. In honor of this team and its amazing accomplishments, Councilmember Craig Rice paid a visit to Damascus High to recognize these outstanding athletes.
I'm Councilmember Craig Rice, and I'm here at Damascus High School helping to celebrate a pep rally that deals with celebrating the great accomplishments that Damascus High School and its Hornets have been able to achieve this year.
It really is a proud moment for me and an honor to recognize for the second straight year in a row our 3A state champion football team, your Swarming Hornets, your Damascus High School football team. Give it up for them, y'all. What's important to me is that it's not just about being a student, but it's also when people take that extra step in being involved in extracurricular activities and being an athlete. That's extra dedication. That means extra work. That's a hard thing to do, and they should be celebrated. All of you out there, whether it's a club, any other extracurricular activity that you belong to, Everybody should give themselves a hand for doing the great work and great job that it takes to be a student here in Montgomery County.
I love seeing our school come together to celebrate our victories, to celebrate the hard work that goes into those victories, and to have a lot of fun together. It's a great school and it's a great community, and it's really fun to have everybody in one place, and we can laugh together and really, just like I said, celebrate our hard work. We can really highlight a lot of our students, from the students who dance, our students who sing.
A couple of guys, they were up to no good, started making trouble in my neighborhood. I got a one small fight. My mom got scared. She said, "You're moving with your auntie and uncle in Bel Air." There you go. The Fresh Prince of Bel Air, you can't forget about that. Class of 1990, Montgomery Blair High School.
Our students who do athletics, our students who have a great sense of humor, we can really see them shine and celebrate our school and the different kids who bring so much to it.
So apparently they've taken the game, Hungry Hungry Hippo, and adapted it to humans. Well, apparently they're using rolling dollies to slide the people forward to grab a balloon and then pull it back and put it in the basket. I'm looking forward to this. This should be a lot of fun.
To have Councilmember Rice out, to have you out to recognize their work and to know that we have the support of the County Council with everything that we do, and to have you here to see the day-to-day of what it looks like, when we celebrate, is really rewarding, and we appreciate your help and support and just love seeing you here with us.
So one of the great things about coming to our schools, it's not just about fun and celebration. Good job. Nice to meet you. And acknowledging people that have done a great job. It's also about communication and about being able to interact. I had a great opportunity in talking with Principal Jen Webster about some of the great things that are happening here, and actually ran into one of our 4-H students who's very passionate about starting an agricultural special program, and I was able to tell her that I just met with the superintendent of schools who's very supportive of something like that moving forward. It really is an opportunity for us to connect and really put the pieces together. It's my pleasure. It was great. Take care.
There are not too many people who have had a 50-year career as storied as Shelley Filmin. This Olney resident witnessed some of the biggest events in our history as a White House cameraman for NBC News. Sadly, this month, Shelley Filmin lost his battle with cancer. We had the honor of sitting down with this icon just last year, and he shared some of the most memorable moments in his career with us.
Well, it was supposed to be an easy day.
This Olney resident retired just 4 years ago after 50 years as a cameraman for NBC. His first day on the job was the day President Kennedy was shot. He was sent to Dallas to cover the story, and on his third day, Jack Ruby shot Lee Harvey Oswald.
We were sort of in the back of the garage, maybe 30, 40 feet from where they were going to bring Oswald out. And they brought him out. Ruby just came right out of that group. He had a press pass, and he just came out and shot Oswald. Everybody backed up, and I'm standing there saying, what the hell is going on here? What kind of business did I just get into?
But nothing could prepare him for March of 1981, the day President Reagan was shot.
I was close to the wall of the Hilton, about 3 feet, and Hinckley was right next to me, between me and the wall of the Hilton. We're all standing there joking, and then they said the president's coming out, and the president came out. It just happened so fast, and all of a sudden there was a pop. I knew I had to stay on the president. I took one step out and turned, and I just prayed that that lens could go as wide as it can go, because I knew whoever was shooting was close to me.
Filmin's steady pictures of the shooting are part of this country's evidence of that attempt on the president's life. Shelley Filmin is a legendary visual storyteller. He has been on the front line of so many big news stories from all over the world. A real-life story that plays out like a Hollywood movie.
They said there was that old show, the old detective show, there's a million stories in the big city. There's a million stories in me.
We want to extend our deepest condolences to the Filmin family and Shelley's many friends. Well, that does it for this edition of The Bottom Line. For County Cable Montgomery, I'm Susan Kennedy. Thanks for watching.